Alright, just a bit of an update. The Eagle has landed. It's on the ground, it's on its wheels. We've got all the bearings and that installed, so ready to rock and roll. Before I can start building the floor, I have to remove these and paint these areas which are not painted and a little rusty, but it's no dramas. I've installed the leveling legs, so they look good. All of these points are for bolting down, in this case on the tongue it's for bolting down the box, and all these other ones, of which there's lots, maybe 30 or something, they're all for mounting the floor to, and then let's see if I can get past it here. So yeah, I've got to remove this rear swivel point, which has been living up on top of that little jinky stand. Then again, more points, but the bulk of it's painted. The suspension's installed. I've got a shock absorber to go between this point here and down there, but I might leave that for just a little bit. It's not actually required, and obviously I want to get the handbrake installed, so the next thing will be tanks going here and two up there, that one there, and eventually I'll get some grey water tanks in under here, but I'll be working on the ground from now on, so that's great. I'll probably drop this other hammer. Apparently that was a hammer just falling on the ground. So with these things you just give them a bit of a tug and your little stand thing locks. Fold that down, and then I've got a drill with a 19mm socket, so that's how they sort of work. You can see the other one over there. So yeah, happy days. We're making progress. So what I have done is I've actually installed an old pair of wheels in case this sits around for a bit and a flat spot develops. Hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully I'll get through this pretty quick, but yeah, that's sort of these old wheels are knackered, so they're just going to be used as spares. So that's the story, and that's it. Over there in the distance, let's see if I can zoom, that's the spare, which is actually a new wheel, but not a very good quality new wheel. And excuse me, around here on that rack we've got those two tanks and those two wheels eventually to get installed sort of last minute, and I must remember to readjust the bearings after a very short run. I've still got to paint those are the mudguards, so I'll rust treat them and paint them and the tank straps and all that. Those little rags are just to keep bugs out of the tanks until they're finished. These were experimental grey water tanks, but I probably won't use them. I might make new ones, but we'll see how we go. And so that's sort of a bit of an update. Oh, and I've got to grease the fittings for the suspension after I wipe off a little bit of undercoat and stuff that's on them. But yeah, making progress, alright. Very happy with that. And we'll call that a little 5-minute update done.